Hey everyone, I am back with the Beads of the Month Club. I haven't shared this in quite some time, so I'm really excited to get back into their rotating club. And this time around for October, I have the double rotating Gemstone Beads of the Month Club, which is right here. We're going to check out some leopard print jasper. And I also have two of their companion packs, both the crystals and the findings, and you can definitely add either or both of these on to any existing bead club that you'd like to at no additional cost for shipping. All that information, of course, is on their website. And if you do sign up for the rotating club, next month you'd get a different type of beads. So that could include things like their hot and trendy or their seed beads, Miyuki Delicas, two-hole beads, and fire polish beads. They rotate through those every month, giving you a different selection in a coordinating color scheme. So it's a wonderful way to build up your stash over time. And, these are a great way to build up your findings collection as well. If you want to add on these and the crystals also, we'll take a look at those in just a moment. And I think we'll get started with the findings actually. This month we've got the antique copper selection, and there's some goodies in there. I'm loving what I see as far as that button so far. And I also want to mention, I think the coupon that I have previously shared here is still active, and if it is, I will list that down below the video, as well as the link to the website. Of course, it's Beads of the Month Club, and you're welcome to sign up to more than one. Or for example, if you just wanted to get gemstones every single month, you could do that. So there's all sorts of different options and ways you can tailor your subscription to your own personal selection or what you like to bead with and have fun with it. All right, so going through our list, first we have a 3-ring toggle clasp. And that would be this one right here. Very cool. So it's actually got that loop on the diagonal a little bit for attaching to the bar area. And then here you have 3 additional loops to attach your beadwork to. I actually like that. It probably fits a little bit better when you think about it, with the beads going around. Kind of makes sense. And it's got this little bit of a braided pattern. It's kind of simple, but very delicate and nice, and double-sided as well. Next up, they've included this round lobster claw clasp. So this would be a great one, especially with the gemstone beads, because there's a little bit of extra sturdiness because of the size and shape. I really like that. It's got those 3 lines on the side, and it's just a little bit bigger and more substantial, something that would, add that extra bit of detail to your finished piece, especially if you're using some really nice gemstones. You want to make sure you use decent looking findings along with that. All right, so next we've got the fancy ball flower ear wires with backs. So that would be this set right here. And these have an extra, substantial feel to them as well. High quality, not flimsy at all. That wire is a little bit thicker than you might normally see on your average earwire findings. And then those flower details are intact very nicely too. And add a little extra something besides the little ball detail or not having anything at all. Kind of got that handmade look too, kind of artisan. All right, next up we've got the flower hook and eye clasp, which is this. Let's see, we've got the hook an eye portion. This one here with that little loop. That is sweet. That would make for a cute little bracelet and easy to slip on and off. It goes well with the earring findings too. And you know, with that open space, you could even glue on a little rhinestone if you wanted to, or a tiny little glue on flat back pearl, something with a color that coordinates with your piece. Or you could just leave it as is because it looks nice plain too. Okay, so then we've got our fancy ball bead cap cones. I was looking for the button. I don't know if I missed that on there. But here is the selection of 10. These are a 6 to 10 millimeter size. And you can see you can use those as a little bead cap, be great for earrings or hanging off of some type of wire, using those along with perhaps some of our gemstone beads in the selection this month. I did take a peek at that leopard print jasper, and I think it'll go really well with this antique copper. All right, and then we've got our oval jump rings, 6x4 millimeter. These are a 20 gauge. And as I've said before, I love how these have the split on the side and they are in an oval shape. That way these will naturally sit in such a way that that split isn't going to want to gravitate right towards your beading wire or your fire line or whatever it is you're using. It'll sit off to the side, which makes your jewelry a little bit more secure. So 18 of those in that selection. And I don't think I see the button on the list, but that's okay. Here's that gorgeous shell button in the coordinating antique copper with the striations and that wavy detail. This is very substantial too. It's got 2 holes and does not have the shank style on the back. Just opens up like that and looks great from both sides. So that is our findings companion pack for this month, at least the one I received. And you know, just like their beads, they're gonna rotate you through different ones and through different colors and finishes. Your next one would be a totally different color or finish than you get this time around. So they do mix it up. They don't send you the same thing every time. And from my experience, they're always very high end or higher end findings, which makes sense because that goes along with the quality of the beads that they send too. So their findings companion pack, right now it's an extra $12.95 add-on to your existing beading subscription, again with no extra shipping charge. And then we've got the crystals companion pack that I received this month. And this is a $15.95 add-on. And you're gonna find inside either genuine Swarovski crystals, which you see this companion pack has, or you're gonna get something that is just as comparable. And they have sent some of those to me in the past, and they do a great job looking and sourcing for really high quality crystal products. So let's dig into this real quick. And for our first item, we've got the Jet Coral Pendant, which is this one. So these are all genuine Swarovski crystals, which we know aren't actually being produced anymore. It's got that interesting coral shape. And you know, you could leave this simple, just add a jump ring on the top or a simple metallic bail, add this to a beaded necklace or something, or use this as some type of a charm for another type of craft project. But this is just an opaque glass and one of their unique shapes. All right, so next up on our list, we've got the, I think it's these Colorado Topaz Helix beads. kind of fun getting some of these Swarovskis still in a subscription, because I know there's going to be a time in the near future where we're just not going to see them anymore. All right, so this is a pack of 20. This is the 4mm size helix. So at first glance, I actually was thinking they were just a crystal bicone, but of course they're cut a bit differently, a little bit more of an irregular shape, kind of reminds me of an English cut bead. And these are transparent, sparkly, very uniform Swarovski crystal beads. And a nice color possibly to add in with our leopard jasper that we'll check out. And you know, they don't always coordinate the crystals and findings to go exactly with your beads that month. Sometimes it just happens to work out that way. But over time, you're definitely going to get many different colors and styles, because even with the crystals, they don't send the same thing every single time. You get different selections. So here's our third item. This is the olivine round in the 5mm, 24 genuine Swarovski crystal rounds with their sparkly facets and kind of a deeper green apple color. I love that greenish reflection that you can see coming off the beads into my hand, even with the light passing through those and their sparkly surface. All right, so now that we've seen the companion packs, let's take a look at the main subscription, which is this month containing our leopard print jasper. You can see in this one we've got 6 different items to take a look at, all leopard print jasper, but in different shapes and sizes that will coordinate. Sometimes we see pendants, and you know, those are really fun to see as well. We'll check this out. We've got some larger, substantial rectangles down there, and I won't sneak peek this too much because I want to take a look at these one at a time. Let me go ahead and open these up and clear off my bead mat, and I will be right back. Okay, so first, check these out. 3x6mm rondelles. And I read that these are also sometimes called jaguar jasper, and you can kind of see why with the spots and everything that they have on the outside, especially like that one there. Got a little bit of that animal print look. Of course, we've got different colors mixed in, which is so gorgeous. You've got cool and warm tones, reds and browns and tans, grays, black, white, all sorts of those shades showing up in their own ways in each of these beads. These are just sort of a flat disc-like shape, and I believe these are pretty much the smallest ones we have in the selection this month. And just to let you guys know, this is the double size. You can also find all of their clubs in single size, so if you'd like, those would all be half the quantities of all of these beads. So whereas there's 90 pieces of these 3x6 rondelles in the double club, if you got the single club, you'd get 45, for example. So we're off to a very nice start with our gorgeous jasper. Look at all those mounded up. If I can get them all in just one piece of that container. And then number 2, we have a larger 4x8mm size. So we'll be able to even see the spots on these better since they are a larger size. Similar cut. And how great is it that these beads in their clubs come in those plastic tubes with the flip tops. I love those. They're very sturdy and completely clear, so you can see directly through them and it doesn't obscure the color at all or look cloudy. So just wanted to say I absolutely love the tubes those come in. All right, so here's the larger selection, number 2. We have 60 pieces of these 4x8mm rondelles with their spots. Look at that one with the kind of like a red and black. Some of these have a little bit of a mustardy color, little dandelion, orange. So neat. All just a little bit different, pretty smooth. And these are gonna overflow out of this container, so I won't even be able to put all 60 of these in. You can see how many beads that really is in this double club. You get a generous quantity. And then selection 3 comes in this tube. We've got the tumbled chips in the 3x5 millimeter size. First, I'll pour some in here. And get the little tumbled chips, a little bit more organic looking. And with all those different colors. And you can still see the spotted kind of animal print look that they have on some of these beads. The holes are drilled cleanly. Like, I'm not seeing a lot that are just completely off the side of the bead like you see in some of the lesser quality styled gemstone beads. But these are, you know, drilled in such a way that they're as centered as they could possibly be. All right, I think I'm gonna be able to get all these in here. I'll try. Now I absolutely love these, especially with that pattern. Okay, so these are the 4x13 millimeter tubes. There's a total of 30 pieces in here. And this should give us a good selection to look at in my hand with all the various colors available. Oh my goodness, look at that one. Some of them are more red and gray, and some are more yellow and black. Really unique beads, and they really show off all of those features in this tube shape. These are smooth as well. And again, they've got the hole drilled pretty much, you know, as centered as possible. Really good quality, not, you know, a lot of any that I can see chipped or cracked areas. And you get a good assortment, you know, because they all are a little bit different, but you do get a good assortment of the various colors in one container too. All right, so next up in selection 5, these are our largest, the rectangles, 12x20 millimeter. There's a total of 10 pieces. Oh my goodness, those are stunning. Look at these rectangles. I'm gonna put some down because I really want to lay out some of these in my hand so we can appreciate these little pieces of art. I mean, really. And if you did a simple bezel around these with like seed beads and, you know, really show off the swirls and spots, and all these things are kind of like little paintings that you could frame out, little works of modern art. And of course, they're different on each side as well. They're smooth and shiny, and they have a hole that's drilled across the length. So if you were to use these beads in a strung application, you get to see the full picture of that wide and flat side. Really cool. Okay, so that brings us to our last tube. which contains the 5x8mm nuggets. Just set this last one here. All right, the 5x8mm nuggets. Oh, those are so cool too. I really like this selection. All right, let me pour some there first. A few more in the container. So with these nuggets, there's a total of 40 pieces. And they're just a little bit larger of an organic style shape that coordinate with the others beautifully. So you've got a good selection to play with. If you wanted to make a multi-strand necklace or bracelet, you could certainly do that with the different shapes and sizes, kind of graduate the sizes or separate them out, split them up however you'd like to. And especially, I think, with the antique copper findings this month, that was a really good complementary set of findings. And we've got that 3-strand toggle clasp, for example, and even some of these crystals, like the olive color would be pretty, the topaz here. I mean, even the black would go, of course, with pretty much anything, but we've got a lot to play with here. I just love this selection. I was not expecting the leopard print jasper at all. That's something that I don't personally have, and I love being able to explore all of those different colors and features that these have and inclusions in those stones. They're so fun to look at. So that wraps it up for this month's Beads of the Month Club Gemstones edition in my rotation. Again, if you'd like to sign up, I will leave the link to the subscription right down below the video, as well as a coupon code if I have one available that will save you 10% off your first month of your first subscription. And you can also add on those additional companion packs if you'd like to at no additional shipping charge. So let me know what you guys think of this month's selection, what you might make with what you see here. If you have any fun facts or anything you'd like to share about leopard print jasper, I'm all about learning more about these stones. And you could share it with the rest of us. So feel free to leave a comment. And also give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe while you're here. Thank you so much for joining me. It was lots of fun unboxing these beads with you guys. I can't wait to see you all again real soon. Until next time, have a great day. And as always, happy beading.